who don't know, in California, you have to spend a minimum of $2,000 to beat the sales tax.
Yeah.
It used to be $1,500. Then January 1st of 2023, because of inflation, the state of California decided, oh, we need to up the threshold to beat
2000.
sales tax to $2,000 because
So
of inflation. Because of inflation, we need to up the threshold for sales
Well, that's
tax.
mainly going to hurt gold. I think it's silver.
No,
buying rounds.
it actually it doesn't. You know who it hurts? It hurts the consumer, and it hurts the small people who just want to buy a couple of ounces. It hurts the little guy, and that's the really, to me, that's the sad thing, is you're disincentivizing the little guy who's maybe got a couple $100 to from buying silver, because now here in Contra Costa County, where we are, sales tax is 9.25%. So if you're going to spend a couple $100 on silver, you got to factor that in, and that really hurts your cost average. If anybody from the state of California in the state senate or the state house of representatives is listening, please, for the love of God, get rid of this stupid sales tax on precious metals. It doesn't help anybody except maybe your pocketbooks.
It's possible. It's possible. So let's see what do we have here.
So
Check some stuff out.
I thought I'd take a different approach today. So I've got some old European coins. These are 1800s, 1900s. So these are Fünf marks. These are 5 Deutschmarks. And what's really,
I love these.
The German,
these are so cool.
Oh, they're really, really cool. So what I really enjoy about these, so you see here, Wilhelm Deutscher Kaiser König von Preußen. So all right, so what does that mean? Is Wilhelm the German Kaiser, King of Prussia. Von is of in German, so Prussia. So you have to remember, back in the 1800s, you had Prussia, you had the various German states, right? So this one right here, let's see. Okay, so this is the Deutschreich. Okay, so that's the German kingdom. 5 marks. Let's see. Wilhelm II, also of Prussia, King of Prussia, right? Okay, so let's move down over here. This is the Free and Hanseatic Hamburg.
Let me see where that is. Let me
Sorry.
see. It's hard when we're close up. There it is.
There we go. Free and Hanseatic Hamburg. So it's the Hanseatic states. So you have to remember, German was not yet unified. Okay, so let's go over here. Ooh, okay, got another good one. See, Albert, King of Saxony. Saxon.
It's funny seeing all these men on coins, and we're going to have to get used to that, because now that the queen is dead, we have to get used to seeing men on coins.
Yeah, I know.
It's really, and these are not really handsome portraits.
No, not really.
They all look quite similar.
Actually, okay, I will make the case. Let's go up to this one right here. I like that beard. He's got that old,
it's groomed.
That 19th century nice chop. Those big chops right there. I like it.
You know which ones I like on this, not this series, but I like the I always forget the name. Where one of the kings, he was like a child when his father died. He became king. He was a child, and then they made, it's like a yearbook. Like they made all these coins for like every 7 years. I have a couple of them. Have you seen it?
No, of the UK or?
I should know it. It's I want to say Germany, but it's like it starts when he's literally a toddler. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I have one when he's a toddler.
Wow.
And then it's like every
I
want to say 7 years.
Yeah.
It's cool. You could really see how the portraits have changed.
Okay, so now let's go to the smaller denominations. You have 1/2 mark.
Oh, that looks similar to our 19th century time.
Yeah. And then see, so that's a 1906, and this is a ein mark, so it's a 1 mark. And then let's move to the next one. Zwei. That's a 2 mark. And then let's move to the next one right up here. Oop, over there. There we go. Dry. That's a 3 mark.
With the eagle?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The eagle is flexing.
Yeah. It's so cool. It's it's very exciting to see 1, 2, 3 marks. I mean, it's just very different. Okay, so now that we've gone through those, I've got this one right here. Okay, so before I before I tell the story,
it's pretty worn.
Yeah, before I tell the story, so this is it's 90% silver, but it is a fake.
Really?
Yes. So what is this? So you see here, Potosi, right? So speaking of Bolivia, so Bolivia had this mountain. It's in the town of Potosi, and completely full of silver. And so when the Spanish arrived in the 1500s, they employed the local indigenous people as slaves, essentially, to mine this massive mountain of silver, which they minted, and it was minted in Potosi. And so you have these coins here, which are called, so they're ocho reales, right? Mm-hmm. So 8 reales, 8 reals. Also known as a pieces of 8 coin. So they were minted in Potosi. They were minted in, I believe, also in Lima and Mexico City. And there might have been another mine in Mexico. I'm not sure. I think so. I just don't remember exactly where it was. So these are highly collectible. Highly, highly collectible.
When they're not fake.
When they're not fake. So this is actually the silver content and the weight are just spot on.
It really is silver. It's just fake.
It is fake. It's like it's fake. So the pieces of 8, a lot of them actually tend to be discovered off the coast of Florida from Spanish shipwrecks. So it's a lot of history, because that is the basis upon which we came up with the silver dollar here in the United States. It's the same weight, same silver content.
And they circulated at the same time when we were switching from all those foreign coins to our own coinage.
Right. So Spanish silver dollars were the coinage of the American colonies for a long time, and then of course the young United States.
Yeah, well. I always kick myself for not getting into really collecting coins like that, because it really, like you're saying, when our country first started, that's what was being used.
Yeah, it's if you can just even get one, I think you could probably get one for maybe $500. They're not cheap. They're not. A real one in decent condition, they're gonna set you back a pretty penny. Yeah, they're so cool though. I mean, if you love collecting, and especially most of your viewers are here in the United States, if you love American history, get one. I mean, it's and I'm kicking myself because I had one pass through here a couple years ago. I should have bought it for myself, and I didn't. Yeah, I've been kicking myself ever since. Like, dang it, I should have just bought it.
Is there others here, or do you want to?
So the last couple things that I want to touch on.
Oh, I've seen these. These are cool.
So I got a big. Oh yeah. So apparently it's not particularly rare. This one's from 1786. I think it's a Habsburg coin from Austria. I have to double check, but I believe it is. Let's see. Let's read it together. Archduke. Okay, Austria, Dux, Berg, CO. Some of these things I don't understand, but I do know it's an Austro-Hungarian coin from 1780. Mm-hmm. So it's the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
I think these are expensive.
I don't know. Maybe. I should probably look it up.
Yeah.
Actually, I brought it to a fellow coin dealer, and he was like, "No, those things are a dime a dozen."
Oh, really?
I'm like, I've never seen one before, and I've been doing this a couple years, so whatever you say. And he was actually the same one who told me this Pieces of 8 was a fake coin.
Oh.
So I found out from a fellow dealer. And so then I got some good American ones here. Look at this Stone Mountain. Unfortunately, it's got that spot there.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Too bad. But beautiful coin. I love these commemorative $50 from the early 20th century. Very, very cool. This one's 1925.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, up
got
here.
The classic.
Look at this beautiful. Look at this beautiful.
43.
Yep. Look at that reverse.
These actually have some nice toning.
Yes. So this is probably one of my favorite stories for today. I've got some, well, maybe not my favorite, but one of my favorites. So you see on the right side of 1944, there's a D. That is a D. Doesn't quite look like it. You're kind of like wondering, what is that? That's a D. And that D, so keep in mind, 1944, this is from the Netherlands. So it's 2.5 guilder silver coin. Actually, it's from Curacao, which was a Dutch colony, right? So 1944.
It's World War II.
The Dutch weren't minting their own coins because they were occupied by the Nazis. That D stands for Denver. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, a really neat piece of history. Curacao, obviously in the Caribbean.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I know. I didn't either. And I looked it up and so it's minted in Denver. That D is for Denver.
Wow. That's bizarre.
I know.
There's got to be other stories like that we don't know.
Yeah. The United States mint. Well, actually, I mean, you can think.
I know we've done the Philippines and.
Yeah.
Costa Rica, I want to say.
Well, what's also very interesting is. You think of like paper currency, like to fast forward today, like Afghanistan. I was listening to this podcast recently of an Afghan interpreter over there who is in the special forces. No, not special forces. He's just a regular interpreter for the U.S. Army. The Afghan currency, I forget what it's called, but is minted in Poland, I believe. It's minted in Europe. So most, especially third world countries, will have their paper currency minted either in the United States or in Europe. And so it's very common.
Yeah, I guess they just don't have the structure, the infrastructure.
They don't have the facilities, they don't have the equipment, so they have to contract it out and ship it in.
I like it because sometimes for the banknotes, there'll be designs that are similar to our U.S. banknotes. Like the Philippines.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, the Philippines it looks pretty similar. Some of the other ones,
I had, I don't know where it is, but I had a 1 peso from the Philippines from like 1914. Just a little shy of the size of a silver dollar. Really cool. Yeah. Super cool. Oh, yeah, Filipino currency, or Filipino silver coins, I do get those in. Those are really, I like those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.